Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coffee Chat with Camille. Today, we are going to have a wonderful guest. Our distinguished guest is Mr. Clarence Pointer, and he is also known as the Pencilman. I'm going to talk with him briefly, ask a few questions within this 30-minute span of time. Clarence, CLARENCE, Pointer.com. And of realism using a pencil. To me, it looks hyper-realistic, but I'm not for certain. So I'll have to ask him once I have him here. But I do actually. He's right here. Okay, so we're going to start. Hello, welcome.
Hi there.
Hello? Hi, Clarence.
Yes, can you hear me? I'm fine.
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Great.
Oh, great. I'm great. I was just finishing up introducing you. Okay, so I did have a lot of questions, but I only have 30 minutes, or we have rather 30 minutes.
Okay.
My first question is, one moment. Okay. How do you describe your style of art?
Let's see. I call my artwork Optimum Detail Pencil Drawing. Realistic.
Optimum detail.
Yeah. They're not hyper realism because I really don't have time to devote that much into a drawing. A week or so is probably the max patience I have to create something. And for me, it's a livelihood, right? So
yes.
I have to produce quality images in a small window, meaning that I don't have months to devote to one drawing to make it hyper-realism. And I'm not sure if I ever want to go that route because I want my art to show the strokes. I want to show that it's an actual drawing, not an actual photo. Even though my drawings look like photographs to a degree, I still want it to display art. So you can see the pencil strokes, the stuff that amazing artwork is made of.
Yes, that's outstanding. So you've got Optimum. Can you repeat that, please? I'm sorry. Optimum.
Yeah, Optimum, premium, superior.
Premium.
Any of those adjectives can be used, but
okay.
Pencil drawings. Yeah.
Okay, Optimum Pencil Drawings. Is that correct?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you so much. My next question, because the name of the show is Coffee Chat. I don't know if you're a coffee drinker, but I always have to ask my guests, what is your favorite coffee or hot beverage to drink, and why?
Well, I don't drink coffee. I had a bad experience with coffee when I was 10. I had coffee with my sugar. Put it that way. At 10 years old, right? I was sick.
Yes.
So I like this time of year, cocoa.
Yes, cocoa. Okay.
Cocoa. Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Cocoa. Hot chocolate. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So the next question is, how many years have you been an artist?
The decisive question is kind of a two-part question. So I've been drawing since I was like 5 or 6. And I drew throughout the years until I got laid off from my job in 2008. That's when I started doing it full time. So I've been a full-time artist. My sole source of income for the last 14 years. This month, November 3rd, was 14 years.
10 years. Oh, that's a long time. And then, yes, wonderful. It's wonderful. Actually, outstanding to be a working artist for that long.
Appreciate it.
And then, continuing. What challenges did you face when you were marketing your art?
Basically, I did a trial and error. I mean, I had a lot of obstacles and stuff like that because, when you step out there and you start doing it full time, you really don't know what to expect. All you gotta know, all you know is you got to put things into play. Meaning that, okay, obstacles. Where am I going to get the exposure I need? Social media. Going to events. How am I going to get invited to events to show what I do? I Bogart. I just show up.
Wow.
And in certain cases, I know of an event that's going to be. For instance, Yo-Yo, the rapper, was having a 25th anniversary. It was BET Award weekend, about 6 years ago, I think it was. Well, I saw the flyer, and one of my friends was the event coordinator of the event. I basically sent her a memo. I said, look, I know that you're having this event, BET Award weekend, celebrating Yo-Yo's 25-year anniversary. I said, why don't I create a drawing of her in exchange for some VIP tickets, and I present to her on stage on behalf of everybody involved, and it was a yes or no response. She said, absolutely, sounds great. Now, if I had took the initiative to do that, among other things I've done, nothing would have happened. So that night, I presented her the drawing. A friend I had just met prior to was there. My son was there. He recorded 30 seconds of the presentation, and that 30 seconds has over 15,000 views now on social media. So
that's outstanding.
So obstacles would be getting over the fear factor, and just applying yourself, engaging, and just going for it, because you're only going to get an opportunity to do certain things one time. And if you allow that fear factor to take control, you won't get anywhere.
Yes.
So that's I guess that would be my obstacle. It's like I never had the concern about being successful and all kind of stuff, because I know I had the juice, the desire, the will to make it happen. I want to go back to a 9-to-5 job, so I want to make this work. So I did what I did what I had to do.
Yes, and thank you so much. My next question is, I know that you're from, if I'm correct, I read your bio, from Alabama. Is that correct?
Alabama, yes. Roll Tide.
Yes. And I did have a comparative question. What is the difference between being an artist in Alabama to California, if any?
Well, you know what? In 2022, it's probably not different at all, per se. Now,
yes,
I'm saying to say this. Things that I can get involved with here, I can't get involved with there because there's nothing there. In my immediate area, as far as exposure and events and activity, how can I put it? The appreciation for the arts in that region isn't as fruitful as it is here.
Okay.
Now, that being said, I've built my brand, so it doesn't really matter where I'm at. Because with social media, you're you're worldwide. So
Yes.
so the difference would be the opportunities are greater here. From a standpoint of getting to a destination, getting the exposure you need.
Yes.
Overall, it's just a better opportunity. So yeah, that would be the biggest thing is more opportunities that you can fulfill your dreams and stuff with. But like I said, being in 2022, there's no boundaries on exposure and opportunity because social media puts you on alert with the whole world can see.
That's right. Yeah. And then, thank you. I was curious as if there was a discovery process to your talent. In other words, did someone close to you realize your talent, or did you know that you were this incredible artist? Because I did see a wonderful picture of you as a boy with, it looks like some sort of artist award, if I'm not mistaken. And so I was curious about, and does your creative artistry run in the family?
Question. You have some really good questions. Okay. Well, as an artist, a true artist,
yes.
You're born with that. You're born with that, right? I
yes.
mean,
yes.
my experience tells me either you have it or you don't have it. Now, there are others in my family that's the artists. I go back to pre-Pencilman. I had an uncle that was phenomenal, they say. That's the only thing he's done.
Okay.
He's still around. They say he was spectacular. Something happened. I'm not sure what happened.
Wow.
In his early 20s, I think it was early 20s, he stopped. And it was my dad's brother. So I guess if he wasn't using it, he came to me. And
Amazing.
I try to encourage him when I go home and to try to inspire me to pick it back up. He's only in his early 70s, so he's still in great health and everything. He just not inspired to do it anymore. And I got a cousin in Memphis. She's phenomenal. She's growing into her own. I had another cousin who was. There's art in the realm of the Pencilman's family, but I think I'm setting the standard for those. Hopefully, inspiring some of the ones that are up and coming to continue doing what they're doing to reach that level of excellence and eliteness. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Wonderful to know. I noticed that you call yourself the Pencilman, and that's pretty much like a coined title, right? And it applies to you perfectly. But I was also curious as to if someone coined you that name, or did you do it to yourself or for yourself?
I came up with it because that's all I ever used was pencils.
Okay.
And growing up, was pencils. And it kind of stuck. Probably about 14 years ago when I started doing it full time. I came up with the AKA Pencilman, and it kind of stuck since then.
Wonderful. Okay, I love it. And also, what is your creative process from the minute you began to do your work? Is there a process to the way that you begin each drawing?
I'm kind of unconventional. Let's see. I look at what I'm going to be doing, and I kind of scale it out to size. Depends how large I'm going to be doing it, and I get the proportions together, and I just kind of feel it in like a coloring book. And that's kind of the right shading here, the right, texture there. And the one thing, my biggest pet peeve when I view other artists' artwork, I'm very critical. I don't say anything unless I feel they can handle it. Or I'm still a work in progress myself. I'm learning as I go. But one thing that kind of bothers me a lot when I see a portrait, if it's supposed to be a realistic portrait, then there's one key thing that I see that some amazing artists do. They put a lot of time into their artwork. But they mess up on one thing that I've never screwed up on in my life. And that's getting the eyes right. When you screw up the eyes, the whole drawing is jacked up. And I'm going to tell a secret that it's not really a secret, but I guess it is a secret because I see too many people that don't do it right. So let's say your eyes, right? Yes. If it's a spray-on shot or whatnot, the right formula to get the eyes right without having too much space or too little space is like, count with me, 1, 2, 3. There's one eye in the middle, and the other eye. Yes. So the distance between the eyes is the width of each eye. So that space in the middle would never be too far apart or never too close. If you measure one eye and then measure another eye there and another eye there, 1, 2, 3, you never go wrong. Period. Never. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that advice. Oh.
Yeah, that simple little formula will make everyone do portraits from here on ever perfect. And I can't afford to mess up. I mean, I put too much time into my artwork to be messing up, starting over, and I don't never start over.
Yes.
So that's.
Thank you so much for that tip. It's an outstanding tip, everyone who are artists in particular, because we understand very well, especially when we're trying to hone our own craft. Okay, I have quite a few more questions for you, Clarence. Okay, my next question was, what motivates you to create art?
What motivates me is the fact that someone's call upon me to create something special for them, and a lot of cases is for a particular event, a graduation, an anniversary, maybe someone passed, they want to have something they can have to pass on from generation to generation,
yes.
An award show that I'm doing this artwork for to present to the keynote speaker, like Rosa Parks, Bill Duke, Big Gregory, Darren Carlos. I mean, the list goes on and on for those events like that you don't get a one chance opportunity to create something to present to an icon. While he's still alive.
Yes.
And so that motivates me to get my butt in gear and get it done.
Okay.
Yeah, I love doing what I do.
And because you love it, yes. Okay. And let me see. Oh, yes. Okay. I did want to mention that one of my most moving pieces, one of the most moving pieces, actually it was two, was your Rosa Parks, and you look like President Obama as well. And I wanted to know yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, Rosa Parks, yes, and President Obama. Those pieces really moved me because you were standing next to Miss Parks at the time, the late Mrs. Rosa Parks, and I was curious if you can just share what their thoughts were and or what your thoughts are about them and
well,
as it pertains to artwork.
Yeah, the Rosa Parks was like the most memorable. Nothing on top of that. The presentation to do it one of her. I knew she was coming to my area. I was 90% done with it. I didn't know how I was going to present to her. It might be a call from NASA because they knew of my talents and everything. They wanted to know if I had time to create a drawing of Rosa Parks. And that was already done already, and they called me.
Yes.
And so, in a nutshell, they called me. I said yes. I made the presentation. I got kissed on the cheek from Rosa Parks in 1993. It was awesome.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you.
We're gonna leave it right there. You can read the rest of it in my book coming out.
Okay.
President Obama one.
Yes.
The President Obama one.
Yes.
The one that was in the White House for 4 years, from 2012 to 2016. Yes. I had been seeing a lot of images of him, and I didn't think they looked, from my perspective, but to the artist's perspective, I'm sure they thought he did. But I got this notion to do one to resemble who I thought he looked like. So I did it, and I sent a copy to the White House with a signature required, and I got a response. And then around this time of 2012, I got a letter in the mail from the White House saying, "Thank you very much, Clarence," signed by him and Michelle. And and people asked me, "Did he pay for that?" Yes, he paid for it indirectly, because what I did was I took the image, I took a photocopy of the envelope in the White House, thank you card signed by him and Michelle. I put it on a PowerPoint slide with the drawing I had done, and I posted on social media, and I sold a gazillion copies that week or that month. So it worked out.
Yes.
That's marketing.
Boy, that is just so impressive. I'm sorry, I didn't hear your last comment.
I said that's marketing. You got to know how to market yourself. You have
marketing. That's right. Yes.
And I could have just admired the thank you card and everything and looked at it, but what good that would have done. I had to let people know what had transpired, and by doing that, it enticed many to order a copy of the print.
Wow.
They do. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, I have quite a few more questions, but I did want to check in on the time, so we're at 5 minutes left of the show.
I'll be quick.
So, okay. So, could you please tell me about your favorite medium? In other words, are there a specific type of pencils that you use or work with?
Yes.
And what would they be?
I use Prismacolor. If I do a color drawing, I use Faber. I think the name is Faber something, Excel or something like that. Mm-hmm. And those are the ones I use the most. DeWitt is another one that's pretty much the graphite that I use. I use several other top brands that I get online at Michael's or at Hobby Lobby or something like that. Okay. The pencil is my medium that I use.
Absolutely. And then, let's see, I know that being an artist takes a lot of energy. And every time I speak to you, I just feel all your energy right away. You have great energy. But my question as it pertains to your work is, have you ever just taken a break from art, like a year off or a few months off, or have you just worked the entire, I would just say 14 years?
The last 14 years, no. I mean, I take day off here and there, but not weeks or months. I don't. I know when to sit down and recharge, like this weekend. And I just pick it back up because I got too much to do. I love doing what I do, right? So it's fun. It gets nerve-wracking sometimes. I got too many on my plate to work with, but I get through it.
Yes. Yes, you do. Your body of work is massive. And my last question has to be one moment. How do you define success as an artist? Or what's your definition of success?
For me, it's when you're in demand. When you're in demand, that means that a vast majority appreciates what you do. When you get called upon to create art for, the who's who, for a special presentation or something of that nature, or if a school call you and say, I need to come talk to the kids one day, or just being in demand and knowing you could be counted on. And you're and kind of put what I'm looking for. The word I'm looking for probably would be you come through in the clutch. A lot. I come through in the clutch a lot. Sometimes it's a last minute request from people, whoever it may be. I mean, I'm not talking about a celebrity. It's like any and everybody. I don't rate people by their status. So whoever needs my assistance, obviously my track record is proven, and they feel comfortable calling me and engaging in their request, and I come through most of the time. I drop the ball every now and then. For the most part, I come through.
Yes, you do indeed. And I want to thank you, by the way, thank you so much for being my distinguished guest today. And I'd like to, for you to let the audience know, if that's okay, where they can buy your art.
Oh, sure. I mean,
please, yes. I mentioned it earlier, but I'd like you to do it too, please.
That's okay. Well, my website is ClarencePointer.com. And on social media, on all the platforms. So
yes.
I'm easy to find. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm pretty easy to find.
Outstanding. And I also added it in our description where you can find our distinguished guest, Mr. Clarence Pointer, the Pencilman. Thank you again, Clarence. And just keep on doing what you do. And I'm going to keep on telling people about you, too, and promote the show.
Well, I appreciate
Thank
that.
you so much.
Well, thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Tell your mama I say hello.
I definitely will. Okay, thank you so much. Bye for now. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye, thank you. You too.